Brothers, we gotta freaking talk. We gotta talk. My goal here is so you don't have to suffer. Too many of you guys suffer. Maybe you got a bad friend group. Retard max your friend group, okay? Seriously, if you have a friend group that you just don't like being around, don't ask any more questions. Don't look for any more advice. Simply do a 360 and moonwalk away from your friend group. Seriously, just moonwalk out of there. Who cares? Well, I mean, I've known these guys, dude. If your friends are narcissistic, if they are demeaning, if you don't get like a good feeling when you're near someone, if in your bones your back starts ache, do a 360 and moonwalk away. Don't think about God. Don't think about religion. Don't think about what you saw on YouTube. Just stop hanging out with these people. Retard max it. Retard max your friend group. Deal with the repercussions later on. Okay? There's not going to be any. Oh my God, Eli. I sometimes get tired in the middle of the day and I feel like I need a little nap. Dude, retard max, like, drink some orange juice. Sometimes you just need to have a little bit of orange juice. Whoopsie. But they said sugar was bad for me, man. They said I couldn't eat all this fruit and all this honey and all of this cane sugar, even drink a Mexican Coke. What do you have there, Eli? Is that a little bougie barbecue? Why, yes, my friend, it is. And I like nicotine. But let me tell you, man, too many people thinking this and that. Can't, dude, drink the freaking sugar. You need a cup of coffee in the middle of the day. Stop counting your cups of coffee. Oh, I can't go past 2. Oh, Brian Johnson, that measures his son's boners, told me that I can't have caffeine after 1 p.m. or my sleep is going to go to shit. Dude, what are we doing here? Chew glass, baby. Breathe smoke. A lot of you guys, look, we're talking as friends, but listen, at the end of the day, it's the end of the day. You got to retard max. Okay? Retard max your relationships. You don't like the girl you're with? I mean, the girl you're with, just because you think in your mind that you've spent, let's say, 5 years together. When is a long-term relationship really begin to be a long-term relationship? Probably three years, after that 18 months honeymoon stage, kind of settle in, start to get to know each other. And you're like, wow, I don't really like this person. I feel like there's a bunch of beautiful Latinas out there. And I just want to smell them. I don't like the way this girl is smelling. Okay, very simple. Retard max it. Break up with her. Now, you're going to go back and forth. Oh, sunk cost. It's a sunk cost. I spent 3 years. It feels like an investment. Dude, no, this is your life. I mean, your whole life is just happening. So if you stay with someone that you don't really like, maybe you're not really attracted to, and you just keep wasting time and you keep looking for answers. I mean, this is a big trap. I would wager that 99% of dudes always look outside of themselves for confirmation on the choices that they should make. The 1%, the retard maxer, does what he wants. Just does what he wants. If he doesn't like something, he doesn't like the friend group, bye-bye friend group, I'm leaving. I don't care about the consequences of leaving. I don't feel good, so I put it down, okay? If I don't like this woman, I don't look to religion. I don't look to anyone else. I don't look to some red pill. I say, okay, I've had enough. I'm sorry. It's come to this, but I must go. I must pack my bags. I must be out of here. Another big trap is you're just waiting. You're waiting for things to happen to you, man. I know so many guys, they just wait. Rule 1 in our group by the Prophet Fabian said they always come back. The women come back, but you know what else also comes back? The sunny days. Like it's gonna snow. The sun will come back. It'll just do what it's supposed to do. The women will come back. I had a girl come back after 9 years. I even had a crush when I was in church. I was probably 9 years old at the time. Dude, I had her follow me on Instagram recently. It's been over 20 years. She still came back. Like, what? Dude, they always come back. The good days come back. You have bad days, okay? You're going to have another good day. You might be in a weird mental state. Big freaking deal. You'll get out of that weird mental state. And also, a little side note is that we put way too much focus on mental health, okay? Most of you, 99% of people don't have mental health issues. Heartbreak is normal. Heartbreak means you're healthy. Dealing with anxiety, normal. Dealing with, like, if you have schizophrenia, that's not normal. If you have severe chronic depression, where your brain is just, it ain't right, man. It ain't right. That could be mental health. Most of you guys are depressed from the way you're living because you're living in a trap. You're living in a prison of your own design. Your willingness, your learned helplessness. So you need to retard max your way out of that. So anyway, they always come back. But a lot of times, you guys are stuck in this trap of like waiting. You're waiting for her to come back instead of getting on with it. You're waiting for someone else to invite you out. I realized that right there. That's probably the biggest tell of an NPC. The non-player character. The one that just is scripted. He doesn't really go outside of the script. He just kind of waves at you. Hey, how you doing? If you're an NPC, it means you don't make things happen. Like when you go into work, why are you not talking to that girl? Saying, hey, my name is Josh. Hey, my name's Eli. You know, I just started working here. It's nice to meet you. How you doing? You know, just a little banter. Eventually you make yourself known. And then you get things happening. You invite, everyone's waiting for someone else to invite them out. Everyone's waiting for someone else to talk to them, to give them an opportunity. Dude, it's a bad place to be. It's not the way. And so really retard maxing, you're not waiting for the good days or bad days to have. You're not waiting for the opportunities. You're not waiting for the girl to come back. You are going forward, because waiting is a trap. Just sitting there waiting is a trap. If you feel like anything traps you, if you don't like where you live, you start like scheming your move. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. And you do it. You actually do it. Oh, I hate my job. It's the man of little faith. It's the man of that doesn't really see himself as powerful, that doesn't believe that he could quit his shitty job. Listen, this is your life, dude. This is your freaking life. Your life is on the line. Your thumos is on the line. If you keep working a job that you absolutely hate, oh, what is it? Because you listen to so much David Goggins? Like, embrace the suck. Who's going to carry the boats? You listen to too much Jocko Willink, Lex Friedman. You listen to all the Jews on these podcasts. Do the hard work. So what? So you can pay the government so that you can be a slave? So that you can be unhappy? You can give more to the banks? Like, what are we doing here? This is our life. So it's just the willingness of the people to abide. It's real. You abide with the traps that you've given yourself. I'm telling you, if you don't like where you live, you start scheming. I had to do this once before. I needed more money. Okay, I had a security job. I needed more money. I go online, Craigslist, bartending positions near me. I come across one that says, you must have bartending experience. I said, fuck that. And I've always been a little retarded. So during this day, it came fully out of me, where I went to the bar. I said, I went early, so there was no patrons there. There was no customers. And I said, hey, is the manager here? The owner of the bar comes there, sitting there doing some payroll. Hey, man, so I saw your ad on Craigslist. I don't have any experience, but I'm willing to learn. I'm good with people. He says, you know what? Usually we want people with experience. I was really hoping we had someone with experience, but I'm going to give you a shot. So he gave me a shot. I worked there for a little over 6 months. That was my first MILF experience. She was 36 years old. I don't know if I've told this story before, but, you know, there's very many lessons to learn from an older woman. Anyway, I don't think you should date older women. That's a different story. But there's lessons to learn. Okay, so I get the job. I just get the freaking job. I start learning how to pour a beer. You learn on the fly. Dude, nowadays you got AI. Okay, back then you had Google, you had YouTube. Nowadays there's no excuse to learn on the fly. So, okay, the resume require the job requires this. You don't have whoopsie, a small typo, a small error, whoopsie, accidentally said that I know this and that. Learn on the fly, baby. Whoops. How much amazing stuff can happen when you don't worry about the repercussions. You just whoopsie your way through things, dude. Learn on the fly. Oftentimes, the consequences of you taking a bold action and removing yourself from the traps in your life, what happens is they open up an entire new world of freedom and a way to look at stuff. But I'll tell you this is why it separates you from 99%, because most people are men that were raised by anxiety-filled mothers, and they have spirit of women. In their mind, everything is about security. If you quit your job, if you don't get a good career path, you are a failure, because you don't have security. Everything is based upon security. How secure can you be? How secure is your future? How secure are your investments? Think about your family in the future. How secure would they be? There's this security. Now, if you understand the masculine psychology, men don't think about security in this sense. It's not something that permeates our being. Men have this sort of vivacious demeanor. Okay, they're just this horniness combined with testosterone. You go in this world, it's like a hunt. You retard max a hunt. Me and the boys got to go hunt. We got to make a kill. We got to bring back food. Okay, we have to make things happen. That's it. That is our security, knowing that we can make things happen. So you start to take on this demeanor of the sex that is actually weaker. So they have to depend on men for security, but the men have become like women. And so everything we do is security. That is not where life is. Life is meant to be lived. It is meant to be discovered. It is meant to be conquered. It is the life of the short bus conquistador. So, in many ways, a lot of us have imprisoned ourselves with jobs that we absolutely despise, co-workers that we hate, friend groups that we dislike. We had a guy join today, lives in Austria. We also have another guy in our group from Austria. On the same exact day that this new guy joins, he says, dude, we live in the same town, let's hang out. An hour ago, he posted a picture. They're freaking smoking a cigar at a festival, hands around each other, freaking living it up, dude. Girls all around him. I'm like, dude, this is retard maxing. This is thumos. This is life, man. You take a chance, you take a shot, you go hang out with a stranger. You get out there. You lose a gamble, you lose a bet. You keep betting. Eventually you're gonna hit a asymmetrical bet or upside where, you just win big. But the more that you seek security, I gotta seek security. I gotta have this. It's handcuffs, dude. That bi-weekly paycheck, that's a handcuff. That's a handcuff. And then anytime, shit hits the fan, that's your lifeboat. What about when the Titanic sinks? I want to know for damn sure that I can kick that bitch off the raft. Get out of here. I want to know damn sure that I can swim, that I can handle it. So many guys are just cucking themselves willingly. Like they don't have that. They don't have that ability to swim. They don't have that ability to enter the rapids, ride the tiger, freaking breathe smoke, baby, chew glass. That Prophet Fabian I was telling you about, dude, he recently started a new job. And the moment he got in there, he said, Eli, I went in here. I've been working for the last 10 days straight, not a day off. I feel more alive than ever before because what I've been doing is talking to everyone that works in the building. He's already got numbers of these cute girls. He's already getting in with the managers, the higher ups. They're inviting him out. Dude, it's like when you don't have energy sort of just stirring the pot, holy shit, dude. No wonder you're depressed. No wonder you need to see a therapist that doesn't give a damn about you. Okay? It's like, no wonder people are struggling because they don't see themselves as the truly powerful force that they are. There's so many people just acquiescing through life. Like they just suffer fools gladly. They just suffer through nonsense for the sake of security. I say let's get a bit insecure, man. Let's embrace a little bit of this rocky road, Let's see where it takes us. Let's let the fucking chips fall where they may, dude. Because that's life. That's how it's meant to be lived. Then you start looking towards a higher power. God help me. I'm going in. Freaking fix your little bow tie and fucking step up to plate. It's amazing to me how scared people are. Sometimes people get in our group and they can't even leave a video intro because they've never been in a group that they're required to show their face. Look how many people are anonymous. They can't show their face. Dude, you're bitched up, man. You just become a little bitch. That's your doing. You've made yourself like this. You don't even have an opinion. You feel like the world is always happening to you. Oh, the housing market. Dude, if you really wanted to make something happen, you hate the city you live in, go find a freaking random roommate and live with them. That's what I did. You guys think I'm just talking on my ass? I've done all this. My parents died. I had zero inheritance. I'm the oldest out of 6 kids. Family got split up, adopted by church members. Zero inheritance. Went to a random city. Had to just scrounge. Complete rap mode. Ramen noodles, beef, freaking throwing in grizzly wintergreens in the gym parking lot. Just packing it in there. Sitting in the gym parking lot. Too anxious to go into the gym, so I just turn back and go back home. You know what? Fuck it. Not feeling it today. Got to make some shit happen. Had 3 jobs, man. My roommate was found because he was the bartender. He was the bartender I was working with. That's how we got this decent little apartment. Then he's moving out. I got to pay rent. Fuck, I don't have enough because we're paying $1,600 2 people. I don't have enough to pay that. So what do? I have a guy that works at my other job, security guard. I'm like, dude, you want to come work? You want to come live with me? It's a decent place. You get your own room. We got a little living room. I'll keep it quiet. Okay, we live together. Then he moves out. Then I'm fucked. I'm like, what the hell? What do I do? So then I just start looking around. I go back an hour away, back to the city that I was raised in Ohio, and I get a freaking room with my brother that me and him, like, he tries to fight me. And I'm living with this girl. There's freaking bed bugs, dude. Fuck it. Gotta make it happen. I wish I knew then what I knew now. But there's been way too many times where I was stuck in my head. Just completely stuck in my head. And sometimes the only way you truly can retard max is when the situation is bad enough. Sometimes you can't even think your way into just being courageous. The situation has to be bad enough where you're like, okay, I got to do something. And then out of that something, out of that initial action, such as losing the job, getting fired, moving cities, when you're miserable, dude, that's when the magic happens. That's when God shows up and he's like, here, my boy, here, let me give you a hand. Let me show you the path. Okay? It's going to be all right. And a lot of you guys don't understand this. You're too blocked off. You're too consumed with the intelligentsia. You're too consumed with trying to be perfect and have the perfect routine. Fuck all that, dude. This is the life of a man. A man doesn't care about all this bullshit. A man doesn't care about the security. Okay? He's going to go forward. He's going to make things happen. You may not always see it. But if you just have that, you become that. It becomes your persona. It becomes who you are at the core. It's a faith-driven just embodiment, right? You can move mountains. Okay, so retard max everything that feels like a trap. Your friend group, your relationship, your parents, if you're living at the house, dude, go online, find a roommate to live with, okay? Your job, leave your job, okay? Stop, but I get insurance. So many people are cucked by insurance. The best insurance is being healthy. Okay, yeah, okay, maybe you should have insurance, but dude, are you living this life to ensure that you can live more of this miserable life? I mean, really. It's only when you have lost things that you're able to see what truly matters and what matters to you. I know so many people, women and men alike, this is a message for both. You don't need to know your purpose, man, or female, woman. You don't need to have a greater purpose right now. You need to start living life, because the way that you've been living life is not set up for your purpose to reveal itself to you. And you have all these ideas and these self-proclaimed passions. But if they were really passions, then you would have sort of went down a path that reveals itself more and more to you. If you really adapted to a state of playfulness, and enjoyment in life, you would find a way to further play in your own life. But most of the way you've been living is not set up to reveal to you. It's meant to trap you and encase you. It's meant to feed the system. It's meant to cause fear, to get your mind focused on security. You know, I really don't think, me personally, that weed is a good thing. I think maybe, like the Matrix, you can get the message and then you hang up the phone. It can peel back layers of onions. Maybe you had some. Even then, I think for some brains, it's just not good. But I'm telling you, I've seen it time and time again, because I have a men's group. We have hundreds of guys that I've talked to throughout the years that are in there. The guys that struggle with weed are all about themselves. And that has become a trap where the weed is the only bitch that you have. Like, a lot of these guys don't have love in their life. A lot of these guys have not made another person have a great day. Their whole day is about getting high so that they have a great day. So that that bitch, Mary Jane, gives them a sweet hug. And what I've realized is that this is a trap, because you get so high and it causes you to trust thought more than the body. And the body is a vehicle for the mind. The thought is simply there to course correct the body on its interactions, and to solve quickly. Eureka. It's never a ruminating. The mind is not meant for ruminating. The symptom of rumination and weighing and skepticism while you sit your ass down is a symptom of just the body not moving, right? It's like the wrong energy. And really the body is a vehicle. The body carries the mind. And so you give so much thought to this devil's lettuce, you get stuck in your head. And even without the weed, a lot of people are still like this. You put so much emphasis on ideas, so much on thought. And when you think about effort, effort becomes this foreign concept to you. That's what our boy Killian in the group said. He's like, effort becomes this foreign thing. It becomes, it's like you forget that you got to show up. That's what he said. It becomes this foreign thing in your life. I got to show up. I got to use my body in combination with the mind to force things to happen, to change. When you're only in the head, nothing really changes, dude. Those aren't real. That's fantasy. So I really suggest that if that is your existence of just smoking, if that's the only girl in your life, Mary J, dude, this is a self-imposed prison. And you'll be happy for a little while because you can get high, but there may be hell to pay at the end of that road when that bong runs out, when that pipe runs dry. There's so many guys that they believe that they have, like they've been told, maybe they were class clowns. They were class clowns back in the day. They were athletes. And then they had this weird phase where they got out of college or high school and they got hit with reality. They stopped making friends. They stopped showing up. They stopped putting in any kind of effort. They stopped having fun. And so now they question themselves. They're like, am I really like a weirdo? Am I autistic? Am I depressed? Do I have mental health issues? Do I need a therapist? Is something wrong with me? Dude, no, nothing's wrong with you. You're not living the life of a man. Every man wants to have some sex. Everyone wants to feel like he has power, that he's strong. Everyone wants to have fun. But you've willingly cut yourself off from this. You've limited yourself, dude. And it always comes back to this. Like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. Look at the points and the areas in your life where you're truly unhappy. Now, I'm not saying that you live to be happy, because using your common sense, you realize that there's going to be bad days. Like I've said, there's going to be things that you just have to show up for. Okay, but there's too many times that we willingly are trapped. And when a man is trapped, bad things happen. So to fully retard max means that you observe the trap that you're in. And you don't make excuses. You simply look at it. And you find a way to get out of that trap. You don't put conditions of morality. You don't hurt people. You don't hurt someone. But a lot of these, dude, it's not going to hurt someone by walking away from someone that's mistreating you. It's not going to hurt someone or destroy someone that is in a relationship with you that is not building you up, that doesn't show you the type of love that you want, that doesn't make you feel good about yourself, that has some bipolar and narcissistic tendencies. Walk away from them. It's not going to hurt you to leave behind an employer. It's not going to hurt them. They're going to hire the next fool. They're going to pay him a paycheck every couple weeks, get him entrenched in this whole thing. He's going to have handcuffs on him. You're not going to die, dude. That's what I'm saying. It all comes from a lack of belief in yourself. You think that if you were to leave these traps, you would have nothing. Oh, that's what nature makes you pay when you lose puss. If you have easy access to puss and then you cut it off, like, nature makes you pay, dude. Your mind's gonna be like, oh man, that was some easy puss. Now what? Now I gotta go out there. Yeah, it sucks. It's hard, but you're free. Okay. Oh, you lost your job. Yeah. Okay. Nature. I don't have security. Oof. What are you gonna just sit there and do nothing? No, because you do have to eat, and you do have to find a way to put shelter over your head. You're gonna do something. You might move back in with your parents' house. Fuck it. At least you're like the prodigal son. You return. At least the father can rejoice. There's my son again. You went and tried. You squandered the cash, but at least you went out there and you learned. Like, you're never gonna just give up and rot. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, it's not in you. It's not in you. You don't have that in you to just sit down and rot. So something will come out of the mischief. Something will come out of the loss. You'll figure it out. You'll deal with the consequences. And oftentimes they'll reveal to you your next move, what you need to do more. Because you're free. And that's the key, man. That's the key. So again, it's simply if you're unhappy, if you feel trapped, if you feel stuck, there's always a way out. You got to be that guy. You got to be that person that can say, you know what? I'm done. I'm fed up. I had enough. I'm gonna do something about this. There's always something to do. There's always something that you just got to seek. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open for you, dude. All right? That's it, and that's how I do most. Come talk with us in the group. Stop overthinking. Retard max, baby. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.